Hi guys, first of all you might be wondering why I'm filming in black and white. That's one of the main reasons I got this lens, because I'm a fan of the X-Files episode, the Postmodern Prometheus, and the episode was filmed in wide angle. I was asked if I could upload a video using the wide angle lens itself to create some short bits of film, and for the most part I haven't used a tripod, just so that you can see the effect you can get even without a tripod. It's a very, very good lens, as I've said in my first video, but the reason I didn't use like film in that one is because I basically just wanted to get a review out quickly, because I wanted to go and play with the lens rather than playing with the lens and then taking the getting the review out, if that makes any sense. Anyway, one of the reasons I like this lens is because it gives you a really good view of perspective, as you can probably see. It's got a much closer focal distance than you can probably see on here. For example, I'll use the gun, but in order to get through to that point, you've got to kind of set the focal distance with the manual part of the lens, rather than there we go, rather than the other part. So as you can see, we've got a really decent lens. It works well for the whole black and white thing. I'm using a certain lighting setup with the floodlight position below me and just huge amounts of gamma to create very big difference between the blacks and the whites. But yeah, okay, on to a little bit of footage. I'm going to have a few photographs as well, but here we go. First of all, a small bit of footage of Magnet House in Clacton. I really like Magnet House because it just looks so dark and intimidating. I remember looking at it from my childhood and it was nice and scary, so I quite like that. Next I'm going to go galloping down an alleyway. It was very mysterious down this alleyway actually, and you know, there weren't many ways to escape it, and the graffiti on the walls kind of made it feel very sort of intimidating and claustrophobic. So I kind of enjoyed doing the whole alleyway thing, even though it was a bit scary. Next I'm taking you through a car park. I went up to the second level of the car park, and just to show you what it's like being used inside. I got quite a bit of footage up here because I really like the effect that the wide angle has in the car park in terms of its relation to the metal structure. I think it looks very beautiful. I'm a big fan of metal structures, and because the car park is mainly constructed with it, it looks very beautiful to me. And it works very well cinematically. It'd probably have been better if I used a tripod for this one, because it didn't really look as brilliant as it would have done with a tripod, or if I was using a Steadicam. Did a couple of bits more filming, not too much special. A couple of photographs here and there. They were quite nice. Because I was leaving quite early in the morning, it gave me an ideal opportunity to get as many photographs of the roads clear of cars and people as possible. And with the wide angle, it made everything look quite desolate. I haven't edited any of the photographs, they're taken as they are. The camera which I've used for the entirety of this is the Lumix G5 camera. You can see that attached with my 35mm Michael lens. Obviously my wide angle lens is on the AF100, which I'm using to film me at the moment. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little review of the lens using film, and yeah, I'm hoping to do one mainly set at night sometime as well, although at the moment my schedule's very busy and I don't know when I'll be able to get that done by. Anyway, take care, hope this video has been helpful, and for God's sake, it's a really good Olympus lens. You really should consider investing in it, especially if you're doing your own filmmaking and you're working in very small compact environments. If you're going to be using a lens like this, I would recommend the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, mainly because it's got 13 stops of dynamic range. It's got some very, very beautiful colours, and it's definitely a camera to look into. And that will, you will be able to use this lens inside a car, and it'll look massive. It's really, really big. I mean, if you just see the distance between my arm and my shoulder just brought through into the camera, and there touching the lens, so you can see just how much of a difference it sort of makes in terms of range, because that's an entire arm's worth of difference, and I'm just right next to the camera lens basically. That's going up really close, but yeah, anyway, very good lens. I can't see myself not using this in pretty much every project that I'm going to be doing. I'd say situationally this is a very good lens to have. It doesn't have a zoom function. I probably mentioned that in the other review. It's a 12mm, which means it's about 2.4 centimeters is the closest you can get to it without going beyond the blur distance, as it were. And yeah, its most closed aperture is 22, and its most wide aperture is 2. So you can get very good dark and night shots with this without having too much noise from the camera's ISO. Anyway, I've probably waffled way too long, and I've probably explained most of that in the previous video, but it's such a good lens, and I'm so happy that I've got it. I'm going to be using it so much more. Anyway, take care, and if you haven't watched it, watch the X-Files episode, Postmodern Prometheus. It's really, really good, and that's filmed with wide-angle lenses as well. Anyway, take care. Oh, forgot to mention, the diameter of this lens in terms of putting on filters and stuff is 46, so it will match up with quite a few other filters for the Micro Four Thirds, I believe. Anyway, take care, have a groovy day, and for God's sake, get the lens! Bye!